So I just finished watching the 11th episode of Mob Psycho 100, and this might have been one of my favorite episodes so far because it was framed for half of it was framed that Reigen was like the boss of Claw because of the way he carries himself. He managed to convince all the subordinates there that he was the boss, not even on purpose. He's just a natural born con artist, but because he was like so confident in what he was saying, and just everything he said led them to believe that he was like the boss of Claw, which was just really funny. You know, he didn't go there to do that. He went there to find Mob and Ritsu and Teru and stuff, mainly Mob. But because of, like I said, the way he carries himself and he talks with such confidence in everything he does, they believed he was the boss of Claw, which was just really funny. And when Mob, Teru, and Ritsu saw him, they were baffled. They were like, "What the fuck are you doing it? How the boss? What?" I don't know. It was just really funny how like half of this episode he was like framed as the boss of Claw, and it's just so Regan in it. Like even if he's not trying, he's a con artist. It's just funny. Regan is one of my favorite characters for sure. But the second half of this episode was like a really fucking good fight between. Actually, speaking of, before I talk about the fight at the end, Regan, I thought he was about to beat the boss of the Seventh Division as well as like the other ones because he started just beating him up. Like he legit drop kicked the leader unconscious and then punched one of the other ones. He was just beating him up. I couldn't believe it. I think that he obviously can't use any psychic powers because he's a fraud. But the fact that he has the confidence to do that is just amazing. But at the same time, I think he's genuinely just a good person that wants to take care of Mob, you know? Because although he is scamming him, literally, he obviously cares about him. And we saw that at the end of the episode. And the fact he was trying to convince Mob to not compromise his principles in terms of fighting other people with his powers, to the fact where he's been slashed in the back at the end. It looks like Regan. I don't think he's dead, but he's definitely severely injured. Even in this situation, the fact he's not letting Mob compromise those principles that they talked about. It just goes to show he cares about him. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want him to lose himself in that sort of regard, I believe. But I think Regan's actually a good person. But like I said, he's a natural born con artist. But the actual fight itself looked amazing. Like this is the best fight of this like little Claw section so far. Like with the leader of Claw, the Seventh Division, and then the other people that are fighting at the moment. You know, with Teru and Ritsu and stuff. It looks awesome. But I don't know how Mob's going to react to what just happened to Regan. I think it could be quite bad because he reached 100% in murderous intent. So bodies could start hitting the floor, bro. We'll have to see. But this is the final episode of season 1, and I can't wait to see it. So let's do it.